for a resident in Bandera County, Texas. That's 54 miles northwest of San Antonio. Was driving down a country road Friday when they spotted something odd on the side of the pavement. And listen, in Texas, odd can mean a lot of things. A loose armadillo, someone's barbecue pit on wheels, hell, a campaign sign that makes sense. But no, this time odd meant a goddamn urn sitting there on the shoulder like someone's MapQuest directions to the cemetery took a hard left into what the fuck. The Bandera County Sheriff's Office rolls up, inspects the thing, and confirms, yep, it's an urn, not a decorative vase, not a really ambitious Starbucks tumbler, an actual human remains container, and it's got a label. You ready for this? Boy June 08, 2004. That's it. No name, no explanation. Just a date and a gender, like someone filled out the world's saddest Mad Lib and then dumped it on Farm Road, whatever the hell, and drove off into the sunset. Now, the sheriff's office does what any modern law enforcement agency does when confronted with an unexplained mystery. They post about it on Facebook. We need your help locating who this small urn belongs to, they write, along with their non-emergency line, because apparently someone losing track of their loved one's ashes ranks just below "there's a possum in my garage" on the crisis scale. The post goes live. And then, the people of Bandera County lose their shit. 400 shares. 400. That's more engagement than most people's wedding announcements. Folks are tagging their cousins, their neighbors, their hairdresser's ex-boyfriend's parole officer. Everyone's got a theory. Nobody's got an answer. But here's where it gets truly 2025. Someone tags a TikTok influencer, not the sheriff, not a private investigator. A TikTok influencer named Erica Rifkin, who has 2.7 million followers and runs a nonprofit coffee shop that gives out free food and clothes to kids. Which fine, noble work, genuinely. But we've reached the point in society where a mysterious urn on a Texas back road gets solved via the same app that taught you how to make baked feta pasta. The line between true crime investigation and viral content is now so blurred it's basically a Rorschach test. Are we crowdsourcing justice or just farming engagement? Doesn't matter. The urn's got more views than your nephew's drum recital, and nobody knows where it came from. And look, this isn't even San Antonio's first rodeo with rogue human remains. Back in 2017, a young couple's car got broken into outside a motel near what's now the Frostbank Center. They were living in the car after their premature daughter died. Someone stole the baby's ashes heart-shaped urn, velvet box, the whole devastating package, just snatched it during a burglary because apparently even grief isn't sacred when you're hunting for spare change and an iPhone charger. Then, in 2021, a San Antonio cop found 2 empty funeral caskets near a construction site. Turns out a contractor had dug up a trench in an abandoned pet cemetery. Yeah, pet cemetery. We're fully in Stephen King territory now and just yeeted the caskets before reburying them later. So this urn situation? It's basically Tuesday in South Texas. But here's the thing, as of right now, the Bandera County Sheriff's Office has provided exactly 0 updates. No owner found, no leads, no closure. MISA tried reaching out for comment. Crickets. The urn sits in evidence, the Facebook post sits in the algorithm, and somewhere out there, someone either lost a loved one or committed the world's most specific and depressing littering crime. And the wildest part, nobody's called. Not one person has rung that non-emergency line and said, "Oh yeah, that's mine. I left Great Aunt Edna on the road because I got distracted by a Buc-ee's billboard." Nothing. Silence. Which means either this is the start of a genuinely haunting mystery, or someone in Bandera County is just really, really bad at adulting. So if you're missing an urn labeled Boy June 08, 2004, congratulations. You've officially misplaced something more important than your car keys. Buckle up. It gets dumber from here. And speaking of mysteries nobody asked for, let's head to Putnam County, New York, where someone's been leaving party favors on the side of the road. And by party favors, I mean decapitated birds drained of blood like a fucking Costco run for Dracula. Friday afternoon, October 3rd, 4:30 p.m., Town of Kent police get a call about a clear garbage bag sitting on Holland Drive near Route 52. Not suspicious at all, right? Just a friendly bag of trash in the woods. Except when the Putnam County Spessa shows up and opens it, they find 2 roosters with their heads missing, 1 white dove with its head missing, and absolutely 0 blood left in any of them, just 3 feathered corpses packed up like someone's twisted meal prep for the week. SBA takes one look and says, yeah, this is probably ritualistic killings, which is a hell of a thing to casually drop in a press release, but sure, let's normalize that. Now here's where it gets fun, and by fun, I mean deeply unsettling in a way that makes you want to move to a city with better hobbies. This isn't the first time. Back in April, another bag of mutilated birds turned up floating in Lake Carmel, just down the road. Same deal. Drained of blood, decapitated, and this time they even threw in some ritual artifacts for ambiance. You know, in case anyone was on the fence about whether this was a cult thing or just a really aggressive pest control strategy. Some people think it's Santeria, an Afro-Cuban religion that incorporates animal sacrifice, and they're technically not wrong, because ABC7 actually ran a segment where Chief Ken Ross from the Spestia had to explain that yes, religious freedom is a thing, but no, you can't torture animals even if your deity asked nicely. Ross told reporters, "We're not looking at the religion. You can do whatever you want with your religion. However, New York says an animal cannot suffer unjustifiable physical pain or cruelty," which is a very diplomatic way of saying, do your rituals, but maybe don't turn the local woods into a crime scene from True Detective. But here's the problem. Proving it's a ritualistic killing versus, I don't know, just a really disturbed person with a thing for poultry? The SPA can't catch anyone in the act. There's no surveillance footage of someone marching into the woods at 3 a.m. with a machete and a Ziploc bag. It's just bag after bag of dead birds showing up like the world's worst Easter egg hunt, and nobody knows who's behind it. The New York State Humane Association is so fed up, they put up a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. $1,000. That's how badly they want this to stop. That's also roughly the going rate for someone willing to snitch on the neighborhood cult, apparently. And let me just say, if you're the person doing this, you've got to know the jig is up, right? Like, at some point, after the second or third bag of bloodless birds, someone's gonna notice the pattern. The cops know, the Spiska knows, the entire town of Kent knows. You're not flying under the radar anymore. You're the guy everyone's talking about at the farmer's market. Oh, Steve, yeah, he's nice, but I think he might be summoning something in the woods on weekends. That's your legacy now. Congratulations. So now, Putnam County's sitting on a pile of decapitated roosters, a dove that died for someone's spiritual ambitions, and absolutely no leads. Just vibes, bad vibes, and a clear garbage bag that's probably haunted at this point. Anyway, if you know who's playing Voodoo Butcher in upstate New York, there's a grand waiting for you. Leave it in the comments. Hit subscribe, because somewhere right now, someone's topping this.